This is what happened yesterday. You see him just staring straight into the camera. This was incredibly awkward. It was incredibly difficult, and it was incredibly concerning. I say that out of concern right now because he's not right. There is something wrong. And whether you want to blame it on the weather, I realize that's popular to do, or whether you want to admit that maybe there's something else going on, I think it's important to understand. There are reports now that have come out today that he has fallen multiple times. So he is struggling. There was the time he fell just last week at the Waldorf Astoria, and he hit his head. And that was obviously of concern, but it turns out he's fallen several times over the last year. And so this brings us, ladies and gentlemen, to a very important issue, which is why is it that our politicians are continuing to get propped up even when they're not operating at full mental and physical capacity? I mean, whether it's Mitch McConnell, whether it's President Biden, who can't make it up the stairs of Air Force One, my gosh, who keeps losing his train of thought over and over and over again. I mean, he's had kind of those mini McConnell moments multiple times himself. Has he not? Or whether it's John Fetterman with his depression and his challenges, and yet they keep putting them out there. They keep propping them up, just like Dianne Feinstein, who found herself in a very challenged situation. Today, she was voting, and all she had to do was say aye, but she didn't seem to understand what was going on. I want you to watch this clip here.
Senator Feinstein.
You can actually barely see her if you're watching this live, the video. You can see she's in the green. She's just right above my shoulder here. I'm pointing towards her. We're going to go to a tighter shot of her in just a moment. She starts talking and talking and talking. All she's supposed to do is say aye. That's all. And yet she just keeps talking and talking. You can hear her there. So what's really going on? Why doesn't she understand this?
And it funds priorities.
Maybe because she's 90 years old?
Yeah, just say aye.
Okay, just aye.
Thank you.
We need a new crew on Capitol Hill. We've got a lot of older people there. Nancy Pelosi, another one of them. They've been there forever. It's their entire career. Somehow they've made money. Always perplexes me, but I guess, given that you have a lot of inside information and you are allowed to trade stocks, that blows me away. I just actually find that really pretty pathetic. Making money. And then, of course, there's the idea that, hey, if you can't make money in the stock market, maybe you find other ways to make money. Maybe there's lobbying agreements. And if it ever gets in the way, hey, we got the lawyers that can put forward a plea agreement to get you out of trouble. It's like the get out of jail free card until, fortunately, maybe one judge like Mary Ellen Noriega actually looks at the thing and says, wait a second, I'm not supposed to just rubber stamp this, am I? We've got politicians that are too old. We've got politicians that are clearly, in my estimation, corrupt. And we've got a system that somehow just enables all of this. Where are our ethics? This is what we need. This is what we should have. And the idea that you're going to just throw those out the window for the sake of what? Money? It's not okay. Not okay. Certainly not by me. And you know what I'm telling you? This is going to become a bigger and bigger and bigger issue. Thank goodness District Judge Mary Ellen Noriega asked, what if it is unconstitutional? I'm trying to exercise due diligence and consideration to make sure we don't make a misstep. I cannot accept the plea agreement today, she said, because of her concerns that the parties were seemingly trying to link the tax plea agreement to resolving that felony gun charge. And now, today, we have learned that within that resolving of the felony gun charge, there was that little thing that was buried in there, the diversion agreement. A diversion agreement to give Hunter Biden blanket immunity for a whole wide range of other charges, including illegal foreign lobbying. Wow. Okay, so this is a big story. It's going to continue to get bigger. We are going to continue to stay on it because remember this is what we have. Our word our reputation as a country. This is what separates us from the banana republics that are willing to just trade based on, whatever works for them in the moment. We can't allow it. We can't accept it. It is a good thing for America that we have judges that are willing to stand up to this sort of thing. I thank you all, of course, for being here. I encourage you to make sure that you subscribe to the channel, to make sure that you subscribe to my podcast on Apple iTunes. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, make sure you come over and you check us out on YouTube or check us out on Facebook. I'm on Instagram as well. It is always good to see all of you guys. Like I said, so many familiar and new faces. We're on it. I'll see you tomorrow.